Thank you all for coming out and promoting jazz. We appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the food, and we'd like to just thank you for being here, I suppose. We're going to be doing songs that I've written the last couple years, my instrumental songs, and throughout the night, like I said, Jennifer Lowe and Christine Cordone and Kathleen Peace will be joining us. Once again, I'd like you to introduce you to Tim Mayer. From Boston. Tim, do me a favor, grab that mic and tell the folks what you do up there in Boston, will you?
Well, I'm on the faculty at Berklee College of Music. I perform actively throughout Boston and New England and New York.
And Cape Verde, or wherever the hell you're going? Where is that?
Yeah, Cape Verde. It's a small island nation of 10 islands off the coast of Senegal. I'm famous over there.
He's like the king of Cape Verde, man. You know, you think we're not fooling around here. And how did you get that gig? I'm curious. People like we're just regular people who live here in Key West. We get up to Stock Island every now and then. How is it that you got the gig in Cape Verde?
So, well, I was a student at Berklee in 1995, and one day the phone rings and this guy says, "Hello, my name is Ramiro Mendez, and I'm looking for a sax player to go to Angola." And I mistakenly heard Andorra, which of course some of you guys might know, that's kind of the Las Vegas of Europe. It's kind of this little territory between Catalonia and Spain and France. And it's known for casinos, it's a tax haven, and yeah, it's like Las Vegas in Europe.
So you didn't go there?
No, I didn't go there. And then, so I ended up going to Angola, and for 2 weeks. It was the 20th anniversary of Angola National Television. And, you laughed, but it was a good gig. It was kind of like the Angolan equivalent of being on tour with Michael Jackson over there. I mean, we literally landed, took a walk around the neighborhoods, and everybody started like pointing at us and coming over and asking for everybody's autograph but mine. Because I wasn't famous in Angola. Yeah. So I ended up coming back and doing a bunch of recordings with them, and some of those recordings have gone on to be real kind of game changers in that style of music. So they really brought back horn sections, and you know, so some of those records can still be heard on the radio today. They've actually ended up, well, if you listen to that kind of radio station.
And the music has come a little bit like Zouk. Is that correct?
Yes.
The hell is that?
So Zouk, we're actually closer to the home base of Zouk, which is the island of Guadeloupe. If you take the ferry and hook a left and go really far south, and get to Guadeloupe. The other way from Fort Myers.
Well, anyway, thank you. I went out. The sound sounds good. That's enough of your story.
I hope you've enjoyed this sound check.
All right. And, you know, between, we're going to find out about Geoffrey Lowe throughout the night, and we're going to find out about Dan, too. And so that's Tim Mayer, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to start out with a song that I wrote for Nick Charles a couple years ago. Nick Charles, of course, the little boyfriend of Valerie Carr when he was around here. And what are you laughing at? Wasn't he the little boyfriend of Valerie Carr? Yes, he was. And you know what? Also, Steve, stand up and take a bow. Steve named this song. This song is what is this song called, Steve? Steve, stand up. We will not recognize him. That's Steve, ladies and gentlemen, Captain Steve. Well, Nick Charles was a little guy and a very thin guy, and you named this song The Thin Man. This is the Thin Man, ladies and gentlemen. 1, 2, 1, That's Geoffrey Lowe on bass, ladies and gentlemen. All right, this next song is called After the Fury, and I'd like to say that I wrote this song when I was in dire emotional turmoil, and I wrote the song After the Fury inside, but actually, I wrote the song, and there were some folks in here, and they asked what the name of the song was, and I said, I'll play After the Fury. And the next night they came in and said, would you guys play After the Fury? Or After the Fury. And what I meant by that, the Fury goes by here every night, and they play loud music, so and when the doors are open, I don't like to play when the Fury's going by. So I named this song After the Fury. This is called After the Fury. That's Tim Mayer. Geoffrey Lowe. After the Fury. Yeah. That was a section in a couple sections in 5/4 time signature. In memory of Dave Brubeck. So I guess. Anyway, this next song is called Grand Rapids Fire. We'll just go right into it. You're gonna start this off, Dan. spits fire. How do you like Geoffrey Lowe on bass, man? Yeah, well you do now, son. Welcome to Key West, man. You think we do what we rehearsed? What are you, nuts? How do you like Dan Brubeck on drums, man? That's how he does it, just like that. You know, I'd like to thank Skipper Krippis, who's he's probably at big band rehearsal right now or whatever, but Skipper has graciously lent his drums to Dan and this and that. But, you know, he did it in his own unique Skipper way. Oh, Larry, I don't like to Skipper, you'd be doing me a favor. And so Dan calls him up, and Dan called me back and said, man, that dude Skipper, man, like, he said he'd do it. He said, but man, he was like, he goes, well, it's going to be a lot of work and this and that. And Dan said, man, can we get another? And I said, no, Dan, don't worry about it. That's just the way Skipper is. He's the most benevolent cat in the world. This and that. Just, he is. But Skipper is, he's even won awards in Key West for being benevolent. Skipper would do something for someone and turn down paying work. He's just the most generous guy I've ever met. But last night he was even complaining. Anyway, the first thing that Dan does today, when he sits down on Skipper's drum throne and breaks it. Am I lying? Dan fell on his ass. He goes, and so Dan goes, that's why I don't like borrowing people's stuff. He goes, now what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to tell that gay dude now? But anyway, thank you, Skipper, for, how about a nice round of applause for Skipper Krippis? You're in for a real treat right now. I'd like to introduce you to my Sunday showcase guest, not from yesterday. Yesterday was Tim, but Sunday a week ago from Chicago, Geoffrey Lowe, ladies and gentlemen. Jennifer, last week, the day before her Sunday showcase, she got a call to go back to Chicago and play a gig. She's a side band in Chicago and is in great demand to play with other people. But she also is a businesswoman and saw a need to start a 5-piece women's rock violin show called the Cover Girls. And they're all good looking, they're all sexy, and they all can play. Wait till you hear Jennifer. You're going to agree that she's one of the just top-notch musicians, and she's just a great human being. 4 years ago, when she was here, I got up and Jennifer and Geoffrey were staying at my house, and there was a whole buzz of mist, and she had to get an emergency flight out to go to Washington to play Barack Obama's inaugural ball. So that's what you do. To show she's bipartisan, 4 years before that, she played Bush's inaugural ball. Anyway, I know that some of you, probably these tunes you haven't heard before, but if you came to my St. Paul's Episcopal concert in April, or whatever it was, I did another kind of concert like this of all my originals, but with vocals. But this one doesn't have vocals, but I had Susan Butler be sang this song, soprano. So instead of the soprano, this time I have Jennifer. And hold on. This is called Intuition. How do you like that, ladies and gentlemen? So imagine that with 4 other good-looking women and they dance. They dance and they play. Yeah, man. Yeah. Do you need next? Do you need a 6th? I'd like to join. Is that? Dan smiling like I said. All right. This next song, some of you might recognize, and when you do, just give me a smile. So here we go. One, two, three, coincidences. for some reason. I don't know.
All right. Here's the Larry TV show. All right, baby.
Okay, Thelonious Monk wrote a song called Blue Monk. We're just going to play a little of that. Play a little bit on the key of C in a blues. 1, 2. Okay, and he wrote another song called While You Needin'. 1, 2, 1, So I decided to write a song and dedicate it to Thelonious Monk. And of course I called it the New Bessie's Blues because I screwed up. Bessie's Blues goes but I screwed up and so anyway, this is called New Bessie's Blues or Monk Blue. Okay, and if you listen carefully, you will find both those songs that we just played in there. So, but not the third one. Yeah, but both. You'll find almost all 3 of those songs in there. But not Bessie's Blues. So anyway, this is my tribute to Thelonious Monk. I love the way he writes. I love his sense of humor in music, and I think I inherited some of that somehow through his, I don't know. No, I'm dead serious. Anyway, this is called, whatever you want to call it. I think I'm going to change it to Monk Blue, because the other song is called Blue Monk. That's kind of stupid, but what the hell. Yeah. Dan Brubeck's doing shtick now. He's only been down. We'll bring it down to our level. Anyway, this is called Monk Blue. Yeah, what's the tempo in your new thing here? Actually, this is arranged by Dan Brubeck. We were rehearsing today, and when we do this, and he goes, "Do you really want to do it that way?" And he said it in a way like, meaning he really didn't want to do it that way. He said, "All right, so Mr. Smarty Pants, what do you want to do?" So he came up with something real hip, like that. 2, 3. Well, we have to start different though. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Time for a little story. Let's knock myself out. Well, can I get, where's Kathleen? Workman's compensation. You see what that did, Mike? Okay, here's what happened. A long time ago, Christine said, there's going to be some changes around here. You're going to have to do some work in the house. You have to do something, Larry. At least, can you take the garbage cans in? That's all I ask. That and, you know, so. Hey, Steve, can I get a Budweiser when you get a chance? Anyway, so, I say, of course, sweetheart, I could do that. Yeah. So, I'm going to work one day, and so anyway, come on, Dan, you're a serious musician. You're not supposed to be laughing like this. Anyway, I go. We have a car that has Sirius radio in it. Okay, so I'm driving and I say, damn it, man. Well, I'm going to work and I go around the corner and there's the garbage cans, and I say, man, well, God, I screwed up again. So this car also has when you can on modern, you could go on your steering wheel and push the little thing that looks like a phone and say call home, and the lady says, are you sure you want to call? Yes, I want to call. All right, so it calls, and on the Sirius radio I have it to the Real Jazz station.
Are you serious?
Anyway, and I hear something that I said, man, that sounds familiar. But then Christine says, hey, sweetheart, I guess I never. What did I say? All right. Well, anyway, it's a story. I'm taking artistic liberties. Anyway, I say, hey, Chris, I forgot to take the garbage in. And I said, you know what, man, something on the radio, it sounded, I could swear that it sounded like D'Amico and Dan playing. And she said, well, so anyway, we hang up, and sure enough, the end of the song comes out, and I said, man, and on my radio, it says who it is afterwards. And it was the Brubeck Brothers Quartet. And I was like, and man, it was great. So I say, man, Dan, man, I should. And so anyway, I came home. And Christine said, well, why don't you give him a call or whatever? I said, what? Want him to bring in the check? Yes. Another serious musician from Chicago. He just played at the London Palladium with all the great drummers, with Ginger Baker, with Dave Weckl, and now he's doing shtick too. What the hell is this? I brought them all down to my level. They've only been here for like a day. So anyway, in addition to this, Christine is reading Sean Colvin's autobiography. Okay, so she's reading the autobiography, and Christine says, "Man, Larry, I could be reading about myself." This is like the first couple of chapters. They were both introduced to music by their fathers, who were musicians. They liked the Kingston Trio. They liked Peter, Paul, and Mary, and whatever. And so they get up to the chapter with Lincoln's mentioned, and a whole bunch of my friends who played with Sean. And Christine says, "Larry, man," she didn't say this, but I will paraphrase, or I will get down to the essence. She said, why don't you get your head out of your ass and do something? But Christine wouldn't say that. And she says, man, your music is great, man. Why don't you do something with it? So what do I say? Rather than thank you, I say, well, why don't you do something for me, man? I said, you know, like Franco Richmond's wife managed him, Dave Brubeck's wife managed him. I said, you don't do shit for me, and I went golfing or something. So anyway.
And it was a bad game.
Anyway, when I come back, Christine said, hey, the modern thing, Facebook, Dan. And I said, man, what the hell did you do that for? They're just enjoying the best success they've ever had. Their album is like #3 on the charts. They're in Russia, like playing for the king of Russia or whatever it is. Who did you play with over there? Like the,
Not the Tsar of Russia.
Well, yeah, it was a pretty heavy gig, right? Yeah, all right. And then so I go on YouTube and I'm looking. One time Dave's playing for the Dave got that thing that you put around it. What do you call that thing? The Kennedy Center Award. And so I'm watching YouTube and they have this all-star band, and then all of a sudden the camera switches over and there's Dave, Chris, Matthew, and Darius playing for the president and shit. Yeah. And anyway, so anyway, so now I say to Christine, man, what did you, like now, right now when they're enjoying their greatest success ever, now Larry Smith comes out of the woodwork and says, hey man, I like your record. So, but anyway, and I didn't hear back from Dan because it was in Russia, I didn't know this. So he finally, he gets back to Christine, he says, yeah man, let's do a record. He goes, I'd like to see you in the whole works. And he said, you mean your family, don't worry about it, you know, or he didn't even say that. So anyway,
You said that.
and when I finally called him up, man, we must have talked on the phone for an hour. Like it was like yesterday we talked. Yeah, because we used to hang. We played music, but we also, you know, playing music is one thing, but the hang afterwards is another thing. So we used to do the hang. So anyway, here's Dan Brubeck, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So, man, it must have been just a couple weeks after Dan and I reconnected and we decided to do this. His father passed away, all right, and so so that complicated things in that I didn't know if Dan wanted to really come down here and this and that, but anyway, since Dave passed away and Dan is here, we figured we would do something to honor his father, Dave, who because of his. Yeah. So. No, in my research on YouTube and stuff, I see that 1971, Dave does this thing called the Brubeck Summit Sessions. And Charles Mingus, Thelonious Monk, and even like Tony Bennett, and all you guys, and Peter, Paul, and Mary did a song together with Dave. And I said, man, Peter, Paul, and Mary played with Dave Brubeck. That seems like an unlikely combination until you think about Noel, Paul, Stookie, and Peter, Paul, and Mary, and how significant their music was, not only to bring joy and peace to regular people like us, but they were significant they played when Martin Luther King did the speech. What are you laughing at, man? I'm trying to get pointed in here.
What about the irregular people?
Yeah, right. So anyway, I heard through the grapevine that Noel, Paul, Stookie might be down here, and so I invited him to come. Unfortunately, he can't come tonight. He's coming tomorrow night. But, yeah, so anyway, but Noel said, of course, I'd be honored to do a tribute to Dave. I can see now why Dave and Noel Paul Stuckey were friends, because both of them are really servants to the music, and they play music, I think, for the right way, for a noble reason. They never played for applause. They never played for monetary reasons. They played to advance the art form and to touch people. So Noel's not here, but Christine and Mary's dead. So
She won't be here.
she won't be here. But Christine took the time of learning the exact part verbatim of what Mary Travers. So we're going to ask her to come up, even though Noel's not going to be here tonight, and do the song. It's called Because All Men. Christine, would you come up and just grab one of those mics. I want to make sure they're on. Or one of them on. One more time.
There we go. Let's go an intro.
Give a little history of this song, will you?
Well,
And also tell the folks how influenced you were by Peter, Paul, and Mary.
what would you like first?
The garbage cans are in.
That's a good thing. Well, I did a little Google. I love Google, and I put Because All Men Are Brothers, and it took me back to the 1600s. This song has been recycled several times. It was written by a German composer, and then Bach decided he really liked it, so he borrowed it from the German composer and put it in a mass called the Passion of St. Matthew. And then I guess it became very popular in many churches. You probably will recognize it. I think it's been sung in the Lutheran Church, the Catholic Church, the Methodist Church. Martin Luther was doing it too, so it's got a whole bunch of different lyrics. Somewhere around 1940, a guy by the name of Tom Glaser, who was a political activist during the Woody Guthrie period, took the song and wrote it for the 40s. But the lyrics are really, really timeless, and I think they're still very pertinent today. And this is it.
That's Tim. so Dan could. Dan, you should have played that a little bit longer, man.
What do you think about that? I never heard that.
Yeah, that was great, man. How do you like Dan Brubeck, ladies and gentlemen? Geoffrey Lowe. We'll be back in about, as soon as we go out and smoke some crack, we'll be right back.